Starting. Okay, here we go. We're on Colossi. We don't know. We can actually take a look real quick. This is no gaming scientist. This is Connor on the
On the
controller.
sticks.
I am moderately concerned this is gonna be one of like the weird quick guys that annoyed me when I was a kid. But yeah. So we have one, two, three. Oh, seven. It looks like 1, 2, 3.
There are 16.
Yeah.
Right?
So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, we've done seven. I kind of wish there was like a run button in this game, but
Like a sprint.
yeah,
Sprint.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I also just I mean, it's an old game now. I don't know. What can I do? What can I complain about? Everything apparently.
That's how I feel about Echoes of Wisdom right now. Is she doesn't have like a
Echoes. What game's that?
the new Zelda game.
Oh shoot! That just came out.
Yes, sir. Um. So yeah,
Tell
I'm
how
enjoying it so far.
you can tell like how engaged I was with that release.
I mean, if it's not your jam, it's not your jam, right? Like,
I think it like looked interesting, but the problem is it's the kind of game that I would probably want to buy on discount, which means it's not going to be on discount for like 5 years, which is a bit of an exaggeration. But it'll probably go on to like a very moderate discount in a year or two, and then they'll have some sort of
100%.
They'll have some sort of anniversary where I bet occasionally it'll go down 50%, but like that's like once every 6 years. Because I actually bought Breath
The
of the
Nintendo
Wild.
tag.
I actually brought Breath of the Wild digitally when it was on sale like that, because I was like, okay, it's not gonna be on sale again for like a year or two. So
Yeah,
I'll
that's
grab
the
it now.
Nintendo tax right there.
Which like it's not great on one hand. On the other hand, they're usually pretty good about the kind of like weird scammy behavior with their games. Like their games are usually pretty complete. And
I will say, it performance leaves some things to be desired though, and that really just shows how old the Switch is. Like, it's not a new conversation we're starting here. We're talking about
no,
that,
no, no. It's a ongoing
it's a
problem.
top-down 2D Zelda. Like,
It should not be
sometimes it runs at 60, often it drops to 30,
top
sometimes
down
it
2D
drops to
Zelda
the
just should
20s.
not be having that kind of problems. That's
Yeah, and so far I've noticed if there's any water at all, that drops it. So I wonder what the Zora domain is going to be like. Um,
oh yeah, that kind of sucks.
it's just like Nintendo. You know the specs of your machine. For in my opinion, I'm not a game developer, but first-party games should like have no excuse to like
Come
run
on, I agree.
poorly on the console that they are developing for.
Yeah,
With the assumption being that they get like untethered access to not untethered, like premium access to dev kits specs well before any other publisher does.
yeah.
Like, and that's why like I love Insomniac as a developer. Like, they know that machine, the PS5 so well, and their games look amazing and run phenomenally depending on which mode you play at. Like, they're just tech wizards. Now, third-party developers, of course, have multiple platforms to work on, and especially like on the PC side, multiple configurations to consider.
The thing about a game like this, it's like now that modern games are here, it's like I want to pick up all the flowers,
Absolutely not.
but I can't. I mean, it's just because like that's what every game does.
Yeah. Which I have mixed feelings about every game having loot economy.
I think it depends on how they do it, but it is kind of it does get
Like
a little bit.
Horizon, it makes sense. You're crafting healing cells, all that jazz. um, it doesn't quite make sense in like, I don't know, Star Wars Outlaws. It felt a little out of place, though. That's how you upgrade like your blaster and your speeder and all that jazz. But it felt like I had too much loot that I never ended up using.
Yeah.
But see, looking at this, he feels like he runs fast,
He runs
but he
okay.
doesn't.
It's like, it just feels weird, and it's also like in this space it's fine. It's more of a problem in like the other environments.
Big open, yeah.
Yeah, big open spaces is where it becomes annoying. And I do remember the mechanics for this one. This one's not too bad, but I remember being kind of annoying.
I mean, the flying one.
Flying one was the worst, and then I felt like such a schmuck when I saw that video on TikTok. My God. Just like seeing someone do that when I had such a problem just staying on the fucking... Pretty sure I have to like hit it to activate it, and then it will start like chasing after me or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know or remember. I end up returning Warhammer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I remember reading Short Campaign, but also I'm like, this feels like a game that will go on sale. And in terms of priorities of games, I have different games on my priority list. So are you going to be stabbing him through the grates? Is that the vibe?
No, you have to like get him to fall because his target is on his belly.
Oh, I thought you would like make him climb up, and then you would go to a lower level to then stab his belly through like the grates. But that makes more sense what you're saying. Yeah. Is it a spider scorpion situation? The lack of fall damage.
God damn it. Fuck.
Then how do you recover health? Because that's so much fall damage you're enduring.
Don't know. I probably shouldn't have done it that way. I probably took too much of a risk. I made him fall too far and didn't go down low enough and whatnot. I need to figure out where he is.
Well, I guess now you have to keep him... Try to keep him on the lower levels.
Yeah.
Because if you're more careful going down, then he's gonna reset by the time you get there too. So it's like,
yeah, that's kind of the problem with this guy. I don't know if you can actually. God damn it.
so I returned Warhammer because I'm like, I'm gonna use these funds to buy Metaphor Refantasio and stuff because I know for damn sure I'll enjoy that game. This is actually a pretty cool one. I like the idea behind this one. Because I feel like on the first, the flying one, you're like half the time you're fighting the aiming of the game.
Yeah, that's true. That actually was a big problem.
Because the controls of this game are notoriously like a little unwieldy.
They're a little bit awkward.
Yeah. Yes, I feel like this won't be as bad
if I don't do that. God damn it, if I don't do that either.
So, you know what I found out recently that made me a little sad? Tactical Breach Wizards, as far as I've tried so far, doesn't have really good controller support. So, I cannot play it on my Steam Deck, which makes me very sad because it feels like the perfect like Steam Deck game.
Yeah, this guy was actually really easy.
Hell yeah. Colossi in that episode.
So yeah, 10 minutes in. We're only 10 minutes in. Um, I think he probably like that's one thing about the game though is that like they put some easy ones in the middle and some kind of more challenging
As like
ones
breaker ones, yeah.
in the beginning, and it's like I don't know, they probably could have put this guy as one of the first ones because he was pretty simple mechanics.
Hmm.
But no, that someone apparently just like played the game enough to do that stuff on the flying level, or that, and that clip probably was several tries, of course, but like because you can retry the colossi in this game too. So once you've played through it,
Oh, you
it's
can
like
do like a boss rush.
yeah, you can do kind of a boss rush type thing. Yeah, that's how a lot of people play it, and that's actually I think what has given it a lot of staying power.
I mean, that's kind of what I would want to do eventually with Sekiro. Is just if I want that combat without going through like the actual story again, just doing like the memory gauntlet, which is their boss rush basically.
Yeah, I always find it funny that like all the Mega Man games just have a boss rush at the end, or a lot of them anyway. Not everyone, I
Dude,
guess.
yeah.
And then
I actually went back to
God,
play X, and I was like, this doesn't
Castlevania
feel as good as I remember it being.
or Castlevania Portrait of Ruin did the same thing,
Mm.
and I because they just did a re-release of all of them on Switch, didn't they? A bunch of the at least the GBA titles. No, it did
Yes.
include some of the DS titles though. So it was because it was like Dawn of Sorrow
There's
and
there's another. Maybe it was this specifically like a Sorrow trilogy because I
yeah,
think it
because
was
there's
like
the Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, and something Ecclesia. I can't think of the name of it right now, the full name. Because I played
but
those
there's
two.
another collection coming out soonish.
Hmm. Because I played Portrait of Ruin all the way through, and that's one of the games that kind of is sucks because like the quote unquote true ending involves this incredibly annoying process of like you have to get a specific spell in a specific room, and like to get that spell you have to get another spell, but it's not clear that you need to get it or where you get it from, and it's like I think if I recall correctly, like I could be misremembering this entirely, so anyone who if people haven't listened to this and hear it, they might think I'm crazy, but
Correct us in the comments.
it's
Engage with us.
engage, please. Please get us views. Um, the if I recall correctly, you had to get like a spell that could turn you into a frog, and then you could crawl through an opening to get a different spell, and you had to like wear down. I think it was Bronner was the name of the vampire who was like the supposed main guy, and if you casted on him at the right time, he would be bound, and then some serious events happened where like Dracula's castle rises, and now you're actually fighting Dracula in the oh surprise, this is actually Dracula's castle, not just some random place. Yeah, so
Yeah, I don't think I've ever beaten a Castlevania.
that's the only one I've fully beaten.
I've started many of them.
They discussed the re-release of Dawn of Sorrow on Min-Max because they were discussing the change in controls. Because in the original one, because it was for the DS, you had to do this annoying... this way? Okay, yeah. You do this annoying, like, drawing on the touchscreen stuff, which I hated. I did play that game a little bit, and I hated it. I usually hated most of those implementations in most games. I mean, quite frankly, the only one that I think was kind of effective, but I don't think I have the dexterity for it anymore, and I barely had the dexterity for it as a kid, was The World Ends With You.
I was gonna say that's the only. I was like, that's the example he's gonna pull from.
Yeah, that's the only one that works, kind of, but it was still... That game works more because the story is just good. I was never a big fan of having to control two screens of characters. Like, that stressed me out at 12. So, 13, whatever that was. I think I got my Switch in 7th grade, so it would have been 13 or 14, I guess. 12, 13, somewhere in there. No, I switched. Did I say Switch? DS.
So I never owned a DS. I eventually owned a 3DS. Then I gave my 3DS to my cousins, got a new 3DS, eventually gave that away as well to or I sold it. Eventually, when I started dating my current, who is now my wife, Louisa, she had her own 3DS, so I kind of just co-opted that.
Oh, I think I know who this guy is.
I need to play A Link Between Worlds, because I played that when it first released, and I don't remember much from it. And Link to the Past is like probably my second, if not my favorite Zelda game.
Yep, Toitus.
Ooh. Where do you stab the turtle?
I don't remember.
It's Nick.
I don't remember. Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, yeah, I remember this now. Okay. I have to, like... and your turn radius sucks!
In other news...
Ah!
God damn.
Well, there you go. And... can we just die already? I don't need to see this crevasse.
At the time of this recording, we will be having 3 series concurrently.
Oh yeah, because what's it called?
New one from me.
Indica's not done yet posting.
Indica just finished posting.
Oh shoot! I now have to write all the way back there. That sucks. Okay, well.
A new one from me that we have
a bunch of doves.
Won't be upload or released until November, but that's gonna be Wolfenstein: The New Order. A game I started many times but never finished.
Yeah, and I have to admit,
and that's
I keep forgetting that you're playing that. I'll be honest. I don't know what about that game is making it like interesting to look at, but also forgettable later.
That's kind of how I feel about it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm enjoying it when I'm playing it, but like I kind of understand why I never finished it at the same time.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm glad I'm not.
Like,
not the only one.
To be clear, that's not like this game sucks comment.
No.
It's more just like it just doesn't have much staying power. And part of it I think is because it's a shooter, for one. Like,
yeah, it's a very
and it's
doing some of its
shooter.
own
There's not
it's doing some of its own things, but it's kind of a conventional corridor shooter that id is known for, right? And it's not actually id, but it's like in that orbit.
Yeah.
I think it might. Is it a subsidiary of id, or is it what would have been previously a subsidiary?
Machine Games is its own thing.
Okay, because I think that earlier Wolfenstein
it's probably a subsidiary of ZeniMax, which I think
right. That's kind of what I was getting at. Is there's some interconnection between all the old corridor shooters and Quake and Doom and all that kind of stuff and Wolfenstein. It's not the same thing, but it's not wholly unrelated. I'm gonna actually pray at this thing, because I think that will.
No,
I might be able to save any time now, though. But
I think the second game will introduce, which I'm right now unsure if I'm gonna play that for the channel, but introduces some like upgrade trees for the weapons, which is a little bit of a progression, but hey.
Yeah.
Because right now the only progression you really have is just like some new tools to use, but otherwise the guns relatively stay the same, except you can just dual wield some eventually.
Yeah, so now I have taken longer to get to this one than I took. Oh, I have to go around like that. I don't want to jump over the cliff. Okay, well, actually, wait. Yeah, I do. I'm confused. Let's go this way. This is such... I think the idea of this game is basically that you're in a wasteland that has been, like, blighted. Because of... I mean, the game's hella old, so I can't remember the exact storyline, but something to do with, like, an affront to gods or some version of gods.
Is it Gnosticism?
I mean, it's not. There are 12 of these things. There are 12 apostles. Like, I don't know how
16.
often you...
There's 16.
16. Oh, there's 16 Colossi? I thought there were 12. Sorry. Never mind.
Your whole argument falls apart.
My whole argument fell apart. But anyway, it's just like you have all these little like illusions in a lot of games like this that kind of. But it is like its own thing. But I think it is like you are defying gods kind of thing by what you're doing. So.
And if we know anything about Japanese gaming, they love fighting God.
Whoa.
Every RPG I've played has been fighting against some kind of godlike enemy.
Okay, so now I'm confused because I don't think... Oh, maybe it wasn't in there yet. Maybe that's another one. Maybe that's later. Or I just have to go through... There? Oh, shoot. Oh, God. Oh, aggro. Why do you suck? The camera's not helping because the camera does this like crazy zoom out thing and then like doesn't stay in place. It keeps moving to be more cinematic, and it's just like, please don't do it.
It reminds me of in Red Dead 2 when like you have the option to like turn on cinematic mode essentially. And, like no, stop it. I want to be able to see where I'm going.
Something I'm missing here. There we go. I was like, why is it not triggering something? Because I know he's supposed to come out.
All these designs are pretty sick, though.
Yeah. I'm gonna figure out how this guy... I think I have to, like, get him over one of the, Come on, aggro.
Which my brother's been playing more games recently, and he's asking like, "What do you recommend that we have on the PS5 already?" I'm like, you mentioned Elden Ring. I'm like, I took a pause. I'm like, just to let you know, this is a hard game. However, if you're stubborn like me, you'll grind until you get good.
God damn it, aggro.
So are you put over the steam vents? Is that the
idea?
idea?
Yeah, you have to get him over the steam vents. I forget like the strategy for doing it.
So Momo hid from Scott pretty much all day.
Yeah,
but eventually he got brave enough to sniff his feet.
Sounds about right.
Oh, we have his vet appointment this upcoming week.
I think I'm gonna look this up because I don't want to spend like the next 10 minutes figuring out how I'm supposed to get him to stay over. Unless you want to look it up for me.
I will be the guy in the chair. No. God damn it. We're going.
Yeah, if you want to just let me know, because I know I need to get him over the vent, but I don't know exactly how. Maybe that works? No, wait. Nope, no, not quite. Come on, aggro. Fucking move!
Yeah, so you have to lure him over the vents. And then once that happens, you have to shoot like 2 green glowy areas. And I'll tip him over for you to climb up him.
Okay.
And then if you do miss, like he's like barely over it, don't go to a new geyser, but just kind of like kite him so that he turns around. If that makes sense.
Yeah, kind of what I'm trying to do here, but failing because aggro sucks ass.
And that's
this
the crazy
horse
thing
sucks
to
so
me.
much fucking ass. Like, he keeps dithering. He keeps turning in a weird way, and it's like they're like, "Oh, that's intentional." Fuck off. It's painful.
I
Like, I
would
can't even tell
probably,
how to.
I would respect that design decision if there was a component that you could increase, like a relationship, and then he controls better as the game goes on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would kind of be okay with it in that case, but he just sucks the whole
To my
game.
knowledge, there's no such component.
And I can't really. I mean, I could get off of him on this fight. Maybe that might be better. As crazy as that sounds. Well, I don't know if I can move fast enough without him, though. Like, if I have to get away from his little beams.
Yeah. But also because I presume you have to keep distance for him to actually be be able to see you, to try to chase you.
Yeah. Well, it's like he moves like kind of like a turtle thing. Turtle. I know, dude. I don't know how he's gotten so distant from this one too. Like, how did he move all the way over there?
Yeah, because you're more fighting the horse.
I'm more fighting the horse than anything, which is like just that's how this game is a lot of the time. It's like I'm fighting the mechanics, not actually the boss.
Mm-hmm.
And like that, I should have been much more able to run away from that faster. But he like freezes up when you're trying to run fast.
And again, I don't know if it's up for you. Like, is there a way to?
You might be able to shoot like something in the environment to do it, but I wish there was more signal that the thing was going to go off too. That's kind of a problem.
Mm-hmm. Like a visual.
Yeah, like it's not clear.
Yeah. So
enough.
I'm reading on Reddit. Apparently, she auto steers. So if you steer with her, you like oversteer essentially, is what I'm understanding.
What?
And then it's like if you want to make tight turns.
But I was steering to mean I'm going to wind up on the other side of the map.
Well, this makes apparently the camera, if you hold on.
Get the fuck out of here, aggro. God damn it.
Also, apparently, holding down the button to increase your speed is the way to do it.
Okay, well, that shit needs to be explained in the fucking game, not on a fucking Reddit forum.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, go off, dude. What am I supposed to be shooting at here, though?
On his feet, yeah, there's like green orphan. And then there's no one back there. And apparently that flips him over and you can climb on something.
I mean, the music is cool.
Oh, the music slaps. Oh, you're on the wrong side of his belly, I think.
God damn it, I'm gonna mess this one up.
You climb on the legs. There you go.
Come on. I don't even know where the target is.
Can you do a jump? Presumably it's on his back. 'Cause I assume you're supposed to get up to that, yep, top there. That when he rolls over. There you go. Oh, nice. Keep going, keep going. Alright, wait, drop, go back towards the tail. There you go.
God damn it.
No!
Fucking dumb. Come on, horse. Come on, move! It's just that the controls never feel responsive. It's like I'm pushing buttons and nothing's happening. He's just sitting still.
Yeah. And again, that's just game design we don't agree with.
It's... I don't know. I'm at the point where it's just like anyone who disagrees with that being a good design is not thinking about it very hard.
Or thinks it is good design? Right?
Yeah, because I might have said that weird, I don't know, but it's just, like, that's a terrible decision.
Yeah, I think most people just say, like, and take this with a grain of salt. But it's like, it actually feels like you're controlling something that's living, and, like, you have to understand it.
I guess, but
yeah.
Like, that's not something that you have so many other factors in real life that go into that, so like you can actually kind of feel
there's more response to you,
right, and you can feel
real life horse.
You can feel the emotion and the sense of the horse, not just a badly written code or whatever. That's maybe a little unfair to say badly written, but yeah.
Or let's call it a variable that isn't filled or whatever. Not badly written, but because clearly I think it's working as intended, but now do you have to go forward in front of its face to lure it a little bit more forward?
Yeah, I think so. He really should be getting affected by that. I guess not. It's not like right over him.
Yeah, that's part of this remake that I think, and to a degree, like their Demon Souls remake too, because Blue Point is effectively a remake, remaster studio. Right now, at least. I don't know if they're working on anything original, but they kind of just remake it to a T, no changes. Not like all the games they've remade need changes necessarily, but they have been pretty faithful to like a T. That's what I'm hearing about. What was it Metal Gear Solid?
Oh, he went
Snake
all the way
Eater.
over that time. That kind of sucked a little bit because now I need to figure out how to get over there.
Went to the pumpkin patch yesterday. Diva lost her mind with all the shadows and stuff,
Yeah, as she does.
as she does. My dumb dog. Met a former student there, which was nice.
I need to do this before he shakes too much.
Like, I feel like unless you're at his neck, at least where you are currently, the shaking shouldn't be too bad on your like standing. I presume he only has the one spot though, right?
Well, I don't know yet. Well, maybe. Maybe they just decided it was annoying enough to get up here that they only do one on this guy.
Well, because I don't see anywhere else you could have one.
Yeah, because the only two spots would be like maybe the tail in this, but like, and like once you're up here though, it's like you're very unlikely to get shaken off at this point in the game. I still appreciate what they did to change the stamina meter though, because if you go look up old screenshots of the game, or if you remember, it just turned into a giant circle in the corner of the screen. And now they changed it so that it has the tiny circle and then the little bar. Yeah.
Oh, you mean as you upgraded, the circle became bigger?
It just
and
became
bigger?
massive.
Oh.
So if you had like full stamina, you just have this massive circle in the corner of your screen.
Blocking like a third of your screen.
Or at least a good portion of it. So it's a bit shorter than others, but that might be a decent, good episode. About 40 minutes. So and that's halfway through, so this might actually be a significant cutscene here.
That's Colossi number 9.
Oh, that's 9. Sorry, the other one's halfway through this, so we had a cutscene on that one, so we may not have a cutscene here. Excuse me. That's gross. Oh yeah, we're definitely doing this one next time. This is the sandworm one. This is the one that I think the boss in Twilight Princess was supposed to be like a callback to this a little bit, or like a reference to it.
Dude, I've been itching to replay Twilight Princess.
All right.
The only way I would replay it is emulating it.
Yeah, because they haven't done it re-release since the Wii U, right? Which, like, I don't know. I'm still gonna say that Nintendo is very
super weird
about how they do things, because it's like they had the big anniversary for Zelda a year or two back, or whenever that was, and it was like, oh, we're not doing anything actually that cool. It's just like these games on
the virtual console
Switch
type stuff or whatever. I think
Yeah.
they did release like Oracle of Ages and Seasons on one of those, which is it's cool, fine, sure. But it's like everyone's like, but can you make it so we can play Wind Waker in a way that's not annoying and Twilight Princess in a way that's not annoying? Like obviously,
Mhm.
you can emulate whatever. You can go buy a GameCube, you can go buy a Wii or a Wii U, but it's like that's getting more and more fraught because of how old those consoles are now. And
Not
they're
that, but then, like-
they're not exactly supported, and that emulation thing is kind of comes with the territory of like it's kind of, sort of not approved. So it could get into some dicey territory.
Hot take. This is my personal opinion. If you make it almost impossible to enjoy games, retro games, without being really expensive in terms of like owning the retro consoles or finding copies, if you make it insanely hard, then you're forcing people to emulate, is my opinion.
Well, yeah, I
Like-
mean that principle is pretty well borne out by like
by a lot
the
of
significance of like peer-to-peer file sharing for music and stuff did noticeably go down. Not it doesn't get eliminated entirely, but it does noticeably go down when you have an easy to use subscription service for music, for example.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's a lot of reasons to like just do better, be better.
Mhm.
I don't know, but my only point is I think you do kind of get into a territory of like questionable legality, especially if you're using it for like something like our channel. Anyway, that's the episode. Cool. We did 2 in one day in 40 minutes. So, and one took 10 minutes, the other took the rest of the 30 other minutes, amazingly enough. So,
I mean, to be fair, that second one was way more annoying to deal with.
yeah, his mechanics were more confusing. And it also meant you were relying on the environment to react, whereas the other one, like, as soon as he started crawling up, I could shoot him.
You had more agency in that other one to force what you needed to happen, whereas like you're relying on Argo controlling well, you're relying on the Colossi reacting to you, chasing you down effectively.
Is it Argo and I keep saying aggro?
I think it's Argo. You were getting aggro on Argo, but
Yep. Anyway, cool.
it's a dumb
This has been
horse.
No Gaming Scientist.
Later.
Peace.